Welcome back to The John, your daily sports, where we plunge into the sports world. We are a sports pipeline for breaking news, game recaps, and the hottest takes in the sports industry. So while you're taking care of business, let us flush out the details and fill you in on what's happening. So take a seat, get comfortable, and make sure you have plenty of TP. It's time to explode the commode. I'm your host, John, and today we'll be doing my NBA Finals preview. All right, guys, so NBA Finals is upon us. I'm pretty excited for it. I think I'll tell you my prediction for it later. We're going to have a great series. I think these teams match up a lot better than the casual NBA fan thinks. I think the Pacers match up with the physicality well. They also, these two teams are, the Thunder are the best defensive team in the NBA, and the Pacers are one of the top 5 offensive teams in the NBA. But something that I really want to talk about is how Paul George is linked to both of these teams' current success. Paul George trade for the Thunder. The Thunder got SGA, Danilo Gallinari, a 2021 first round, 2022 first, 2023 first, and 2024 first. One of these first round in 2023 turned into Jay Williams, who you guys know how I feel about him. I think he's the best Robin or second option in the league. I think he will be better than Scottie Pippen when all is said and done. I think he'll be a better number 2 option than Scottie Pippen. I think he can be the best number 2 option in NBA history. I think that's how good he is. I think if you put him on a team where there's no SGA, I think he's the legit number 1 scoring option. I mean, guys, he averaged 21, 5, and 5 this year, and he was a number 2 option behind a dude who averaged 31, 5, and 6. So it's like, what is it not telling you that he can't be this great and this star athlete? And they've also built extremely well from the draft. Chet is the only top 5 draft pick that the Thunder have ever had in this sort of new Thunder rebuild, not in the sense of like their whole team history, but Chet is the only top 5 pick on this team. They've made a great talent. They have great eyes for talent. They have drafted Aaron Wiggins, who's a key contributor on this team, drafted 55th overall in the 2021 draft. Also a UDFA undrafted free agent, Lou Dort, who is one of probably the best perimeter defender in the NBA, and finally got the recognition he deserved this year with last year making all defensive teams, and then this year again. And they've done a great job of adding talent in the sense of they've traded for Caruso, which my Bulls, that's a whole nother topic who I think won that trade, but Caruso fits this team perfect. He knows what he needs to do. Hartenstein brings another sort of physicality and makes them that's why they're one of the best defensive teams. You usually have, 2 guys or one guy, one on the inside. Like when I think of teams that were great and had a great defensive team, it was that Malice in the Palace Pacers team. You had Ron Artest at the perimeter, and then you had Jermaine O'Neal on the inside. The Thunder have that times 3. They have Caruso and Lou Dort on the perimeter. Then you have Chet and Hartenstein on the inside, and you have Lou Dort as well. So they're built all around, and it really has to be team basketball, and that's something that the Pacers are really good at, and that's a great transition to the Pacers. The Pacers are a great team that moves the ball around. If you were watching the Eastern Conference Finals, you saw how well they passed the ball around and how well every person on the team touched the ball, usually on every possession, and that is why they're so great. But the reason why I'm also talking about them with the Paul George, they traded Paul George to the Thunder, if you guys don't remember. And who they got in that trade? Domantas Sabonis and Victor Oladipo. And if you guys don't remember, Domantas Sabonis was the one who they traded for their current star and the face of their franchise, Tyrese Halliburton, who in this postseason has hit a game-tying or winning shot in every single series with less than 5 seconds, with 5 seconds or less remaining. So is that guy really the most overrated player? Like you guys I've talked about this before on this podcast. He's not overrated. He's underrated, I think, in the sense and Mark Dagenstein, the Thunder head coach, talked about it perfectly yesterday. He said Halliburton, even though people see his assist, the thing that makes him such a great scorer is his assist, because he opens up the whole team and the Pacers move the ball around and stuff, because this all starts with Halliburton. Halliburton starts everything. Pascal Siakam was so great in the Eastern Conference Finals, but a reason to that was because of the amount of attention that Tyrese Halliburton got. Tyrese Halliburton, if he's not on this team, What are they? Tyrese Halliburton is the reason that they're so successful, the reason that they're such a great team. And honestly, I do think this team, the Pacers, match up better with the Thunder than the Knicks matched up with them. I think the Pacers have a lot better of a built team, whereas the Knicks, it's kind of Cat and Jalen Brunson. And if that's not working, then they're not going to win. And we saw that, and that's obviously why they lost. But the Pacers, I think you have a lot balanced team. You don't have a quote-unquote superstar, even though I think Tyrese Halliburton is a superstar. They're not really – they don't have a, SGA, Jalen Brunson, something like that, a Giannis, someone like that. They have a very deep team with with Halliburton, Siakam, Turner, Nembhard, Nesmith, like just a bunch of great guys who know their roles and fit their roles really well and know how to use it on this team. TJ McConnell, one of the best bench players in the NBA. We've seen what he can do for this team. But I do think, honestly, though, even though this, I think, will be a better series than most people think. Like, I was looking on ESPN Bet the other day, and just to see the odds, the Thunder are plus 550 to win the finals. I think that's a little disrespectful. I think this is going to be a better series than a lot of people think. I think these teams match up really well. I do think, though, the Thunder will win this. I just think the Thunder are too good. I'm going to relate them a lot to the early 2010s, 2015s Warriors. I think that's what's starting right now. I think this is the start of it. I think this current Thunder team is going to be like the Dynasty Warriors. I think they're going to be a great team for the coming years. They're young. They have so many draft picks coming up. They have money. Like this, if you guys think this team can't get any better, they're just going to. For example, in one of those in the trade for Paul George, in one of those first-round picks, they drafted Trey Mann. Trey Mann, who was on the Thunder, didn't touch the court. Goes to Charlotte, gives him 15 a game. So that just shows you how deep this team is. I love using that analogy. It's like they have so much talent that they don't even use. Like Nikola Topic, he doesn't really play that much, and he was a top 15 draft pick. So they have talent all over this team, and talent that doesn't even play, and that's a great team. So I think the Thunder will win, but I think this game, I have it going to 5, but I also could see a world where it goes to 6. I don't think 7, but I do think 6. I think 6 is a very valuable and viable option for this series. But I do think the Thunder win this, and I think this is the first of many trophies in the coming years. And I think the Pacers, I think they need one more sort of guy to go with Siakam and Halliburton. I think Turner's always been a great big. Not a amazing sort of next level. He's always been that sort of mid tier. He's a great big. He does what he needs to do, but he hasn't brought it to the next level yet. And I think the Pacers, need to get another guy in order to make them sort of have a big 3 to compete with the Thunder if they want to, because that's what the NBA is going to run through. I think the Thunder would have beat the Celtics. I think they would have beat the Cavs. I think they would have beat any team coming out of the East. They're going to beat. That's just how confident I am in them. But I think that this is the start of the dynasty until another team sort of builds. Everyone thought it was the Celtics. I was never too high on the Celtics going into the season. I just thought they got lucky that the Thunder, that was their first sort of playoff experience last year. And that playoff experience that people use on the Thunder is really stupid. I think just because a team is young, that doesn't take away from their talent. SGA was the MVP of the league. Like, come on. You can't just say he's young. They're young. They're not going to win. That doesn't matter. Talent comes over anything. Like Reggie Miller, he was insanely talented, and he never won a finals. But people are going to be like, oh, he didn't win a final, so he's not good in the postseason. That's just not true. He's one of the most talented players. He's one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA ever. So that's what really frustrates me is, like, you can't say that just because this team is young, they're not a good team. They're not going to win the playoffs. That's not true. And this year they're showing it, and they're going to win the finals, and they're going to show it right back at your face. But yeah, I do think the Thunder will win in 5. 6, I think, is very likely too. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of The John, your daily sports dump, where we talked about the NBA Finals and we gave it a sort of preview. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And follow me on Instagram for hot takes and sports updates in real time. And if you're looking for even more sports talk, check out the Sports Syllabus Show, where my partner and I discuss the hottest topics in college sports and beyond. It's a 2-ply discussion. Strong, reliable, and always ready to clean up the messiest takes in the sports industry. Join me next time on The John, your daily sports dump, where we'll be downloading a brown load of sports stats. Until then, keep your game face on and stay regular. This is The John, signing off.
Don't nobody go in the bathroom for about 35, 45 minutes. Somebody open the window.